So learning Zilu Nishmas Etta Ahuva Basaka Maseches Eduyos Perek Aleph Mishna Yomi El Dvarim Shechazu Beis Hillel Lahiris Kedivri Beis Shammai. Beis Hillel was chayzer to Beis Shammai in 4 cases. So the first of the 4 cases is Ha'isha Shabab Medinas Hayam VaOmra Meis Baili Tinase Meis Baili Tisyabim. If a Isha comes from Medinas Hayam and she says that my husband died, then she's allowed to get married with it. She's allowed to do Yibum. And the Gemara in Yivamis, in the earlier Perek on Daf Peches, is Mavur that it's Mitei Chumra Shechmarta Le B'Soifei Kalta Le B'Tchila, because basically she's Mirsa, she's afraid that he's going to show up. If he shows up, then the children Mamzerim, it's Teitim Mizeh Mizeh, so therefore we were Mekel, also with the Tzir Faviguna, we believed her now to get married. Beisila Oimrim Lo Shamana El B'Bam in HaKotzer Bilvad. So when the Mishnah Yomi says this, Perek Tetzvav Mishnah Beis, it says Lo Shamano Ela B'Bam in HaKotzer U'Ba'isa Medina U'Chemaisa Shahaya. Basically, there was a story. The Gemara says My Maisa Shahaya over there in Yomi's Kufte Zayin Beis. There was a story that it was the Zman of the Ksir Chitin, and 10 people went. Holcho Asar B'nei Adam Liksar Chitin. They went to harvest the Chitin, and Nashchu Nachash Le'echa Mehem, a snake bit one of them, Umeis, and he died. Ubas Ishtay V'Haidia LeBezdin. The wife comes in front of Bezdin. They found that she wasn't lying, that he really died. That's when they machadish this halacha that Isha is Neman. So Beis Hillel holds it's dafka similar to that case where it was Bizman ha-Kotzer. So in the Gemara, the Nekuda is that it was Ba'isa Medina, which our Mishnah doesn't even say. And the Gemara explains because the Shchichi Inchi, Ba'isa Medina, where Shchichi Inchi is Mirsis, then she's afraid. Then you have the Svara that she's afraid that she's going to get caught. The Armisha says Bab Min HaKotzer, so Tais over there brings Yerushalmi Lama Kotzer. So also a Svara, because over there it's the Cham is Kaideches Bereish Aladim B'Shas HaKotzer, it's very sunny, and therefore it's more shchiach that a person will die in such a case. Beis Shammai argues, and Beis Shammai says, Amar Lehem Beis Shammai, Achas haba min hakotzer, achas haba min hazeisim. It doesn't make a difference if it was min hakotzer, min hazeisim. Achas haba min medinas hayam. It doesn't make a difference if it's oisim medina or medinas hayam. Li dibru bekotzer ela b'hayva. The only reason why that case happened to happen because that was a more rugged situation, and that's what happened to happen. Chazu Beis Hillel hairis ke Beis Shammai. So the Gemara says that Beis Hillel was chayzer to say like Beis Shammai. The second case where you find that Beis Hillel was chayzer is in the same case where Isha came and she said Meis Baili. So Beis Shammai Oimrim Tinase v'Titel Ksuvasa. The same way she's allowed to get married, she also gets her ksuva. Beis Hillel Oimrim Tinase v'Loi Titel Ksuva. She can get married, but she can't take her ksuva. The Gabi Mamanis, you always need 2 Eidim. Omer Lehem Beis Shammai hitartem es erva chamura tatiru es hamamen hakal. If you have the svara of mitei chumra shechmarta le b'seifei ki lo b'tchilase, basically, if you say the legabi erva, you have to say the legabi mamen also. We know at the end of the day that the brothers are not going to split the Yerusha, get a chelik in the Yerusha, unless you have Shnayim Eidim. Pasuk says, Al pi Shnayim Eidim. Gabi Nesuin, they were makel because of Iguna. So the Amar Lehem Beis Shammai said, V'aloi misefer ksuva nilmud. Shu kaisiva, look at the way the ksuva is written. He writes, Shem tinase la'acher titli masha kasav l'chi. So you see, it's Tali Zebezeh that you get the ksuva if you're allowed to get married. And by the way, this Mishnah is also over there in Perek Tezvav in Mishnah Gimel, the next Mishnah over there. And over there, the Taisus is Mavur that there are different times when Beis Hillel will be maskim that you say you would darshan the lashon haksuva even before he was chayzer, and then there are other times where even after the chazara you see that he won't darshan sefer ksuva. So each case is a different case. But in this case, originally he held you won't darshan, and then chazu Beis Hillel hairis ke Beis Shammai, then he was chayzer to say that you will darshan. It's just interesting to note. Another thing the Gemara in Yivamis over there says on Kuf Yud Zayin, that if she would come originally and say, not Meis Baili, she would come with the time of Tnuli Ksuvasi, give me my Ksuva, she Iker wants her Ksuva, then Aflahi Nase E Matir, so then you don't even allow her to get married. My time Adaita the Ksuva Asai, because then it's clearly that she only wanted her Ksuva, and therefore we're chayshes that she's lying. Mishna Yomi, so this Mishnah is in Gittin, Perek Dala Mishnah Hey, but this is the third time that Beis Hillel was chayzer to Beis Shammai. Misha Chetzi Eved v'Chetzi Ben Chayrim. Someone was a half Eved and Chetzi Ben Chayrim. How do you have such a case? So in the Gemara in Gittin, on Daf Mem Aleph Amabeis, it's Mavur either through being Meshachar Chatzi Avde, which is a Machlekes Tanam, a Machlekes Hamiroim, if you could actually have such a case. Or, L'maisa, the Gemara says, Ravina says, Be'evid Shel Shnei Shutfin, the Divrei Akol. If you had an Evid that belonged to two Shutfin, and then one of the Shutfin was Meshachar his Chelek, and now this Evid is a Chatzi Evid, a Chatzi Ben Chayrin. So what do? Ovid es Rabbi Yemechad, V'etzatzma Yemechad, he serves the other in every other day. Divrei Beis Hillel, that's Beis Hillel says. Amr lehem Beis Shammai. So Beis Shammai says, Tikanten es Rabbi, that's Atzma le Tikanten. Very nice, the Rabbi is going to have his work, but this Evid, now half Evid, half Ben Chayrin, can't get married. At least a Shivcha in a Yachol because of the Tzad Ben Chayrin. Bas Chayrin in a Yachol because of the Tzad Avdus. Levatel, not to do anything, so he has a mitzvah of Piri V'Rivya. Elam, and they take an oilam, so therefore they were kaifin es Rabbi, v'oisei Ben Chayrim. They forced the Rab to be Meshacher, his Chelik also. Kaisiv Shar al Chetzi Adamav, and Chazur Beis Hillel, Hiris Beis Shammai. Beis Hillel was masculine to Beis Shammai. So Tosfos over there has a number of questions. One question we'll just speak out is that what was the problem? He should be allowed to get married. The Chatzi Av Chatzi Ben Chayrin should be allowed to get married to a Shivcha because the Asay of Pru'urvu should be doicha the lav of lo yiyah kaddish. There's no way for him to be mekayim pru'urvu unless he marries a shivcha. So say that the asay of pru'urvu should be doicha lo yiyah kaddish. It says three terutzim. Either because it's efshel l'kayim shneim because of Beishamai's eitzah, you could be kaifa as rabbi, or because she doesn't have an essay. Very nice, he has an essay, but she doesn't have an essay of pru'urvu. Or the middle teretz is that it happens at two separate times. You over the la b'shas the beginning of the bia, and pru'urvu you make kaim only in the gemar bia. It's just there's machlekes achreinim about this. If you make kaim pru'urvu by the bia or only by having children, Taisa seems to be mashma you make kaim pru'urvu already by the gemar bia, and from the whole kasha is mavur. Then in the bia you make kaim pru'urvu.